Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. Mensuration is an important and scoring topic of the quantitative aptitude section in competitive exams like GRE, GMAT, SSC, RBI exams, railway exams and so on. In this video, we'll solve a few problems on 2D shapes. There are different formulae to solve questions on this topic. So, knowing and applying these formulae is very important to do well in this section. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notifications as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. PQRS is a rectangle. The ratio of the sides PQ and QR is 3:1. If the length of the diagonal PR is 10 centimeters, then what is the area in centimeters square of the rectangle? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the area of the rectangle PQRS. So it's given that PQRS is a rectangle and you have to find the area of this rectangle. Now in this rectangle, PQ is the length, QR is the breadth and PR is the diagonal of the rectangle. It's given that the diagonal PR is 10 centimeters. It's also given that PQ is to QR is 3:1, which means if PQ is 3x, then QR would be x. Now we know that area of a rectangle is equal to length multiplied by breadth. So area of the rectangle PQRS would be 3x multiplied by x, which is 3x squared. Now if we know the value of x squared, then we can easily find the area of the rectangle PQRS. Now look at the triangle PQR. Here angle Q is 90 degrees. So applying Pythagoras theorem, we get PQ squared plus QR squared is equal to PR squared. That is 3x the whole squared plus x squared is equal to 10 squared. Now 3x the whole squared is nothing but 9x squared. So now we have 9x squared plus x squared is equal to 100. That is 10x squared is equal to 100, which means x squared is equal to 10. Now that we know the value of x squared, let's substitute the value of x squared in equation 1. So area of the rectangle PQRS is 3x squared, which is nothing but 3 multiplied by 10, that is 30 square centimeters. So area of the rectangle PQRS is 30 square centimeters. The correct answer is option B, 30. The ratio between the perimeter and the breadth of a rectangle is 5:1. If the area of the rectangle is 216 square centimeters, what is the length of the rectangle? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the length of the rectangle. Now we know that area of the rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Now since area of the rectangle is given as 216 square centimeter, if we know the value of breadth, we can easily find the length of the rectangle. So let's find the breadth of the rectangle first using the information given in the problem. Now it's given that ratio of the perimeter and breadth of a rectangle is 5:1. Now we know that perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 multiplied by L plus B and breadth of a rectangle is B. So ratio of perimeter and breadth of rectangle is 5:1 can be written as 2 multiplied by L plus B divided by B is equal to 5/1. On solving this equation, we get B is equal to 2L by 3. Now it's given that area of the rectangle is 216 square centimeters. We know that area of the rectangle is equal to L multiplied by B. So L multiplied by B is equal to 216. Now we know the value of B as 2L by 3. Now substituting the value of B in this equation, we get L multiplied by 2L by 3 is equal to 216. On solving this equation, we get L is equal to 18 centimeters, which means length of the rectangle is 18 centimeters. The correct answer is option C, 18 centimeters. The perimeter of a square is 1/4 the perimeter of a rectangle. If the perimeter of the square is 56 centimeters and the length of the rectangle is 62 centimeters, what is the difference between the breadth of the rectangle and the side of the square? Here you are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the difference between the breadth of the rectangle and side of the square. So first we have to find the value of breadth of the rectangle and side of the square to get the difference. So first let's find out the breadth of the rectangle. Now it's given that perimeter of the square is 56 centimeters. Length of the rectangle is 62 centimeters. It's also given that the perimeter of the square is 1/4 the perimeter of the rectangle, which means the perimeter of the rectangle is 4 times the perimeter of the square. So perimeter of the rectangle is equal to 4 multiplied by 56, which is 224 centimeters. Now we know that perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 multiplied by L plus B, which means breadth of the rectangle is equal to perimeter divided by 2 minus L. Now we know the perimeter of the rectangle is 224 centimeters and length of the rectangle is given as 62 centimeters. Substituting these values in the equation here, we get breadth of the rectangle is equal to 224 divided by 2 minus 62, which is nothing but 50 centimeters. So breadth of the rectangle is equal to 50 centimeters. Now let's find the value of the side of the square. Now we know that the perimeter of a square is equal to 4 multiplied by the side of the square, which means side of the square is equal to perimeter divided by 4. Now perimeter of the square is given as 56 centimeters. So substituting the value of the perimeter of the square in this equation here, we get side of the square is equal to 56 divided by 4, which is nothing but 14 centimeters. So side of the square is 14 centimeters. Now that we know the value of the breadth of the rectangle and the side of the square, we can easily find the required difference. So the difference between the breadth of the rectangle and side of the square is equal to 50 minus 14, which is 36 centimeters. So the required difference is 36 centimeters and the correct answer is option A, 36. A rectangular field has its length and breadth in the ratio of 6:5 respectively. A man riding a bicycle completes one lap of this field along its perimeter at the speed of 19.8 kilometers per hour in 2 minutes. What is the area of the field? Here you are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the area of the rectangular field. Now it's given that the ratio of length and breadth of the rectangular field is 6:5. So let the length and breadth of the rectangular field be 6x and 5x respectively. Now we know that area of the rectangular field is length multiplied by breadth, which means 6x multiplied by 5x, which is nothing but 30x squared. So area of the rectangular field is 30x squared. This is equation 1. Now it's given that speed is equal to 19.8 kilometers per hour. Time is given as 2 minutes. Now since time is in hours here and in minutes here, let's convert both these to seconds to keep the units uniform. Now, now we have speed is equal to 19.8 kilometers per hour. Let's convert the kilometer per hour to meters per second by multiplying 19.8 with 5 by 18. So 19.8 multiplied by 5 by 18 is 5.5 meters per second. So the speed is 5.5 meters per second. Time is given as 2 minutes, which is nothing but 120 seconds. Now we know that distance is equal to speed multiplied by time, which means 5.5 multiplied by 120, which is nothing but 660. So distance is 660 meters. Now it's given that the man riding a bicycle completes 1 lap of the field along the perimeter of the rectangular field. This means the perimeter of the rectangular field is equal to the distance covered. Now we know that the perimeter of the rectangular field is 2 multiplied by L plus B. So 2 multiplied by L plus B is equal to the distance covered. We know that L is 6x, B is 5x, distance covered is 660 meters. So now we have 2 multiplied by 6x plus 5x is equal to 660. On solving this equation, we get x is equal to 30. Now from equation 1, we know that area of the field is equal to 30x squared. Now we know the value of x as 30. So substituting the value of x here, we get area of the field is equal to 30 multiplied by 30, which is nothing but 27,000 square meters. So area of the rectangular field is 27,000 square meters. The correct answer is option B, 27,000. If the length of a rectangular field is increased by 20% and the breadth is reduced by 20%, the area of the rectangular field will be 192 square meters. What is the area of the original rectangular field? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the area of the original rectangular field. So let the length and breadth of the original rectangular field be x and y respectively. We know that area of a rectangle is equal to length multiplied by breadth. So area of the original rectangular field would be equal to xy. Now it's given that the length is increased by 20%. So the new length would be equal to 120 divided by 100 multiplied by x. It's also given that breadth is decreased by 20%, which means the new breadth is equal to 80 by 100 multiplied by y. It's given that the new area is 192 square meters. Now the new area of the rectangular field would be equal to the new length multiplied by new breadth. So 120x divided by 100 multiplied by 80y divided by 100 is equal to 192. On solving this, we get xy is equal to 200 square meters. Now xy is nothing but the area of the original rectangular field. So the area of the original rectangular field is 200 square meters. The correct answer is option D, 200. The ratio of the length and breadth of a rectangular plot is 6:5 respectively. If the breadth of the plot is 34 meters less than the length, what is the perimeter of the rectangular plot? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the perimeter of the rectangular plot. Now we know that perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Now, if we know the value of the length and breadth of the rectangular plot, then we can easily find the perimeter of the rectangular plot. Now, it's given that the ratio of the length and breadth of the rectangular plot is 6:5. So, let the length and breadth of the plot be 6x and 5x meters respectively. Now it's also given that breadth of the plot is 34 meters less than the length, which means the difference between the length and breadth of the plot is 34 meters. So 6x minus 5x is equal to 34, which means x is equal to 34. Now we are asked to find the perimeter of the rectangular plot, which can be found out using the formula perimeter of the rectangle is equal to 2 multiplied by L plus B. Now we know that length is 6x. Now since x is 34, the length would be 6 multiplied by 34. Now breadth is 5x. Since x is 34, breadth would be 5 multiplied by 34. So now we have perimeter of the plot is equal to 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 34 plus 5 multiplied by 34. On solving this, we get the perimeter of the rectangular plot as 748 meters. So the correct answer is option B, 748 meters. The area of a rectangle is equal to the area of a circle with circumference equal to 220 meters. What is the length of the rectangle if its breadth is 50 meters? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the length of the rectangle. Now it's given that area of a rectangle is equal to the area of a circle. Now we know that area of a rectangle is equal to length multiplied by breadth, and area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. So now we have L multiplied by B is equal to pi r squared. Now the breadth of the rectangle is given as 50 meters. We know the value of pi as 22 by 7. So if we know the value of the radius of the circle, we can easily find the length of the rectangle. So L multiplied by B is equal to pi r square is equation 1. Now it's given that the circumference of the circle is equal to 220 meters. Now we know that circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r, which means 2 pi r is equal to 220. Now since the value of pi is 22 by 7, we have 2 multiplied by 22 by 7 multiplied by r is equal to 220. On solving this equation, we get r is equal to 35 meters. Now that we know the value of the radius of the circle, let's substitute this value in equation 1 to find out the length of the rectangle. So now we have length multiplied by 50 is equal to 22 by 7 multiplied by 35 squared. On solving this, we get length is equal to 77 meters. So length of the rectangle is 77 meters. The correct answer is option C, 77 meters. The length of a rectangle decreases by 5% and the breadth increases by 80% respectively. By what percent would its area have increased or decreased? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the percentage change. Now we know that percentage change is equal to new value minus original value divided by original value multiplied by 100. So if we know the new value and original value, we can easily find the percentage change. Now let the initial length be L and initial breadth be B. So initial area of the rectangle would be equal to length multiplied by breadth, which is LB. Now it's given that the length of the rectangle decreases by 5%. So new length would be 95L divided by 100, which is nothing but 0.95 L. It's given that the breadth increases by 80%. So new breadth is equal to 180B divided by 100, which is nothing but 1.8 B. So the new area of the rectangle, which is equal to new length multiplied by new breadth, would be 0.95 L multiplied by 1.8 B. So the new area is 1.71 LB. So now we know the initial area or the original value is LB and the new area or the new value is 1.71 LB. Substituting these values in the percentage change formula, we have percentage change in area is equal to 1.71 LB minus LB divided by LB multiplied by 100. On solving this, we get the percentage change in area as 71%. Since this is a positive value, it means there is a 71% increase in the area. Now this problem can also be solved using the successive percentage method. Now the overall percentage change can be found out by using the successive percentage method. Using the formula, overall percentage change is equal to A plus B plus AB by 100%. Here A would be 5% decrease. Now since it is decrease, we have to consider it as negative value. So we have A as minus 5. B is 80% increase. Since it is increase, we have to consider it as positive value. So B would be plus 80. Now substituting these values in the formula, here we get overall percentage change is equal to minus 5 plus 80 plus minus 5 multiplied by 80 divided by 100. On solving this, we get the overall percentage change as 71%. Since it is a positive value, it means 71% increase in area. So the correct answer is option C, 71% increase. An order was placed for the supply of a carpet whose breadth was 6 meters and length was 1.44 times the breadth. What would be the cost of a carpet whose length and breadth are 40% more and 25% more respectively than the first carpet, given that the rate of the carpet is rupees 45 per square meters? Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the cost of the second carpet. Now it's given that the breadth of the first carpet is 6 meters. It's also given that the length of the first carpet was 1.44 times the breadth, which means length of the first carpet is equal to 1.44 multiplied by 6, which is 8.64 meters. Now it's given that the breadth of the second carpet is 25% more than the first carpet, which means breadth of the second carpet is equal to 125 by 100 multiplied by breadth of the first carpet, which is 6. So breadth of the second carpet is equal to 125 divided by 100 multiplied by 6, which is 7.5 meters. It's given that the length of the second carpet is 45% more than the first carpet. So length of the second carpet is equal to 140 divided by 100 multiplied by length of the first carpet, which is 8.64. So length of the second carpet is equal to 140 divided by 100 multiplied by 8.64, which is 12.096 meters. Now area of the second carpet would be equal to length of the second carpet multiplied by breadth of the second carpet, which is 12.096 multiplied by 7.5, which is nothing but 90.72 square meters. So area of the second carpet is 90.72 square meters. Now it's given that the rate of a carpet is rupees 45 per square meters, which means for 1 square meter of the carpet the cost is rupees 45. So for 90.72 square meters of the carpet, the rate would be 45 multiplied by 90.72, which is nothing but 4082.40. So cost of the second carpet is rupees 4082.40. The correct answer is option D, rupees 4082.40. An order was placed for the supply of a carpet whose length and breadth were in the ratio of 3:2. Subsequently, the dimensions of the carpet were altered such that its length and breadth were in the ratio 7:3, but there was no change in its perimeter. Find the ratio of the areas of the carpets in both the cases. Here you are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the ratio of the areas of the carpets in both the cases. For this, first you have to find the area of the carpet in the first case, then find the area of the carpet in the second case, and then find the ratio of the two. Now it's given that the length and breadth of the carpet in the first case were in the ratio of 3:2. So let the length and breadth of the carpet in the first case be 3x units and 2x units respectively. Also, it's given that the length and breadth of the carpet in the second case was in the ratio 7:3. So let the length and breadth of the carpet in the second case be 7y and 3y units respectively. Now it's given that there is no change in perimeter, which means the perimeter of the carpet in the first case is equal to the perimeter of the carpet in the second case. Now we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Now in the first case, since the length of the carpet is 3x and breadth of the carpet is 2x, the perimeter of the carpet in the first case would be 2 multiplied by 3x plus 2x. Since the length of the carpet in the second case is 7y and the breadth of the carpet in the second case is 3y, the perimeter of the carpet in the second case would be 2 multiplied by 7y plus 3y. Now since there is no change in perimeter, it means the perimeter of the carpet in the first case is equal to perimeter of the carpet in the second case. So 2 multiplied by 3x plus 2x is equal to 2 multiplied by 7y plus 3y. On solving this, we get x is equal to 2y. Now we are asked to find the ratio of the areas of the carpets in both the cases. Now we know that area of a rectangle is equal to length multiplied by breadth. Now since the length and breadth of the carpet in the first case is 3x and 2x units respectively, the area of the carpet in the first case would be equal to 3x multiplied by 2x. Now, since the length and breadth of the carpet in the second case is 7y and 3y, the area of the carpet in the second case would be 7y multiplied by 3y. Now we are asked to find the areas of the carpets in both the cases. So the required ratio would be 3x multiplied by 2x is to uh, 7y multiplied by 3y. So the required ratio is equal to 3x multiplied by 2x is to 7y multiplied by 3y. This is nothing but 6x squared is to 21y squared. On solving this, we get the required ratio as 8 is to 7. So the correct answer is option B, 8 is to 7. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Practice more such problems to increase your speed and also to understand the concept clearly. Please do watch a video on 2D shapes solved problems part 3. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.